Welcome to Diabolical Souls Presents Primal Season 2. We were going to do Creature Commandos, but no. Watched it.
Really?
No, not for me.
No bueno.
No
Okay.
bueno.
I haven't seen it, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, and so we're going to do Season 2. We're going to jump into that. Season 3, I think, is being announced in 2025. So, but before we get into this, I got the great panel here as we get into this. If you guys can hit that like button, if you could, what's really loud? I can hear something really loud there. Is that you, Zach, or?
Hold on, let me double check.
Maybe it's just me. Sorry, if you can hit the like button, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. That's for you, Badger. And if you could subscribe to all these lovely panel people, that'd be even better because they put out some great content. So let's get into this. Sammy, how are you doing, brother? How are you feeling good? You looking good? You got the jacket on? You got the shades? You got the hair going good today? What's going on?
Feeling on fleek. Yeah. No, I told you when we finished, like I was bummed out that we weren't doing any more Primal, but it is such a limited resource. But I am glad that we're tapping back into it because I mean they waste no time getting just into awesome episodes, and these ones especially 12, like I said, they just know how to hit you in the feels, man. It is great, but
it is awesome. And I'm excited to do this. These two episodes were great. VEX Electronica, how are you? How was your birthday?
Yeah, it's another year. I'm working, bro. That's all I'm doing. So I'm just stress level at fucking 69. Got it briefly down to 62 yesterday. There you go.
69, you say?
69, yeah.
Best number.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Goodwin, sir.
Yeah.
How are you?
This is my happy place.
Yes.
I mean, I have seen some shit the last week or so. Niat made me watch an AVP Requiem, and then Vex decided to celebrate her birthday by torturing the hell out of me with the Alien Covenant. And I'm just happy to be back to something decent for once.
Yeah. And Tartakovsky's are a nice, happy place. We love Tartakovsky's. And we have a new contender in the ring with us. Nick from Plot Strikes Back. What's up? Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
There we go.
What's up, Nick? Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you could be a part of this.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, and glad to be here with everyone. I've been watching the season 1 discussions, which has been great, and watching along. So it's great to finally chat with you guys and in the chat, of course, too. But I'm doing well. I had a great arm day today in the gym.
Nice.
The vascularity was full throttle, and I probably looked like a psychopath at one point. But that's why people leave me alone in the gym until they're like, "Hey, man, you done using that?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, you could totally like." I'm all smiles at that point, but
yeah,
I like to look pissed off most of the time.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah,
it's probably the erection that makes most of them stay away from you. It's
hey.
It's like there's a lot of blood flowing everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
And of course, we have our little artist down there, our little puck friend, Zachariah. What's going on, buddy? How you feeling? What are you working on?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually working on a really good drawing based on one of these episodes. It's a great scene. Can't wait to show this to you guys. And I'm feeling pretty good because I went to Market Basket today, and there was an incident that happened with me yesterday. And today, some of the grocery bag cashier women thanked me for standing up to one of their employees over a manager that was treating some of their younger employees in a very horrible, condescending, authoritarian type of way. And I was the only person that made a whole scene out of it. So they were all thanking me today. So that made me feel good.
Interesting. Right. So you're becoming a superhero in real life. That's what you're saying.
No, not like that.
Yeah, we've seen the puck. Yeah,
he's becoming puck. He's becoming puck. Yeah, he's He's role playing.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Once you put the costume on,
Yeah.
it's inevitable from
right
there.
It doesn't come off. It doesn't come off. Well, let's get to the chat, shall we? We had this individual in the chat very early and excited to be here tonight. I saw your two previous posts there. I don't know what happened. They disappeared. So thank you for joining us. Scadia Quartz, Maine. I even got myself prepared for the stream with a nice cup of hot cocoa and some Christmas cookies just to keep myself in the holiday spirit. I know I read your messages before of you were excited to be here to watch us do this live and join the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. It's nice to see you in here. Tevin Lore Seeker, what's up? Thank you for joining us. Justin, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us, bro. Taylor Gordon, hey everyone, how's it going? And hell yeah, the Gooch Gang is doing season 2 of one of the best adult animated series out there. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for joining us. B-Man, what's up, B-Man? Good morning, buddy. Always good to see you. We got Niet. Hi, Niet. What's up, buddy? Go watch his videos. He puts out phenomenal content. He just did one on oh my god, work was what?
Oh, the 40K lore on the Horus heresy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Ballin'.
Go check. Yeah.
Oh yay! Finally, lore I can watch that I actually trust.
Big Ship's here. What's up, Big Ship? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Oh, we got the OGs in the house: Eraserhead and Jamma. Let's fucking gooch. Yes.
Yeah.
And when they join, guess what gets played when they join? They get this.
Fuck you! Yeah! What's up?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining, guys. Always good to see them. They're the OGs. I love when they're joining. Taylor Gordon? What's up? What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. Anthony Shattuck's in the house. What's up, Anthony? Thank you for joining us. Always good to see you. Jake Martin. Oh, Jake Martin's here. What's up, Jake? Oh, I think I have something for you too. Let's see who else we got here. Time Scales. What's up, Grego? Greats from San Francisco. Always good to see you here as well. Scrolling down. Oh. We have this person. Has trouble walking apparently. She likes to fall down mountainsides. Nadia, how are you doing? How are you doing, Nadia? No,
He's only got one hand today,
She's
too.
got one hand.
Yeah, that's her going back to the emergency room. She just fell on something else.
She has no hands. Rip.
Shani, what's up, Shani? Long time no see. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Star Wars Marvel Purist. What's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. And go check out his channel. He's got some great content as well. Niet, protect the Gooch. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
Gooch under attack again?
I'm always under
Is it
attack.
because you're quitting?
No, I'm not quitting. You know what? I'm going to do this just for Niet.
Hey, yes, man's in town! You got that straight!
What? Thanks for joining, Niet. I appreciate you, brother, always. Tech Rat, what's up, Rat? Real heroes don't wear capes. Yeah, a prime example is ZACK down there. He's out there fighting real crime. Gord King, what's up, brother? It's Authorian when one only eats authorities. Ah, okay, thank you. And Jake Martin, look at that. 5 Gucci Gang memberships. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you, bro. And for that, I have something for you, Jake. Look at that.
Lupin is a kind of genius. He's a man who accomplishes the impossible. He's cunning, handsome, diabolically charming.
Rick, what's up? Rick, it's funny because we did X-Men 97 and he's been with us ever since, and he's not going anywhere. He's part of the Gooch Gang now. So welcome, Rick. Shani, yeah, it's been a hot minute. It's always good to see you, Shani. I hope you're doing well. And I think that's everyone. Wicked will only strengthen a Gooch's resolve. Yes, I'm dreading Wicked. I am really dreading that.
Oh, please tell me you're not retouching that. Please tell.
No, I have to go see it.
Oh, he's going to go see it.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay. I don't really
Zach, I didn't want to tell you this, but Gooch came out. We've all been trying to support him as best we can.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the fucking TikTok memes of everyone going to the theaters and just doing that scream thing. Irritates me. Really.
Watching 3 musical movies, he's kind of screwed over
Vex,
the viewer.
watch your mouth, Vex. I will kick you right now.
Oh,
it's 2.
You're gonna kick the only colored person on the panel.
Oh,
Rich. That's Rich.
Fine, he's indigenous.
Yes.
Cancels each other. Ooh, Indian versus Indian.
Yeah, I take it back. I attack Gooch.
In 2024, I don't think Gooch
Other
being
versus
indigenous
top.
matters.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to watch. What is it? Pitch Perfect.
Perfect.
I have to
Oh,
stream
God.
that. Yeah, I have to watch that and stream
What
with
the
Moxie, and then I have to go see Wicked because Sunday night.
And then he's gonna watch Hairspray. As
No.
I'd rather watch Hairspray than watch Wicked.
Yeah. Well, we raised a lot of money on Sunday, so like there was a
no.
bet. Yeah. So,
That makes sense.
yeah.
All right, you got to commit.
Yeah, I do have to commit. Unfortunately,
Rick, call me.
$4,000. Yeah, it was a good night. But let's get to why we're here. Let's get to this. Season 2, Episode 1, Sea of Despair is the first episode. Genndy Tartakovsky's. Derek Bachman and Tartakovsky wrote this one. And these guys are just, like, Bachman and Tartakovsky are magic, because the first season was, well, we had an incredible time doing it. We had some tears, we had a lot of laughter, and we enjoyed a lot of moments of it. Season 2, I think right off the get-go, it continues with that, success of season 1. So let's get into it, shall we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
impressed that you said his name very quickly and correct.
well,
he's got practice. There we go.
yeah, Vex was impressed with my reading on Sunday. So
I really was. He didn't fumble once. It was like it's like he kind of overcame his Guccianese.
Well, it's funny because like Spear here is usually me trying to read. That's the prime. Like that picture right there is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
So
Fang represents the audience just watching it, be like, "There's some shit up in there."
Well, if you were with us for the season 1 review, episode was it 10? Episode 10, and ended off with he met a woman. Her name was Mira. They had this experience. Fang and Spear had this experience with her, learning how to, a third person, a female, and she got kidnapped and taken back to where she was originally from, and it looked like she was a slave because she had the shackles and everything on.
Mm-hmm.
So we jump right into the end of episode 10, and we're right here at the beach where he's yelling out for Mira. Any thoughts when we get into this episode? Anyone?
Just want to point out, like the first episode of the 2 we're doing tonight was quite like simple, but I just want to comment the color palettes were absolutely stunning this episode.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of very simple centered shots that we see in the middle of this episode, and even though like you don't see a lot of detail, just because he's kind of leveled up his environmental designs season over season a little bit. So I was quite impressed with how much the lighting came through and how the sky has changed so dramatically and like specifically as well between times of day.
Yeah.
I think that so I mean the beginning of this I was already like looking at my wife going, oh, there's gonna be some shit later, because this is all very simple to begin with. It's very flat. There's not a lot going on. You have a couple of pretty basic animations or whatever. Once you get out on the ocean, I mean, you don't have the ability to offer a lot of terrain variation. You're really only dealing with the sky, and part of that being out in the vastness of the ocean, you have to communicate time passage and just the grandeur of no horizon, really. Just look out for forever, and there's nothing blocking you or whatever. So his effort is spent on the sky and the colors and the sun and the moon, things like that.
Yeah, and he, like you said, like the color palette is like, especially with the backdrop, it's beautifully done. And we see Spear running out into the ocean, trying to swim out to Mira. And the thing I appreciate about this is like him losing his breath. You see a lot more physical attributes coming into play here, where you didn't see it as much in the first season. But this one, you see him like under a lot of underwater, a lot of, getting tired, and like all that energy and the panic and the stress that he has trying to go after and get Mira.
Just to sorry to interrupt you. Just to touch on that too. This is the first time that I can really recall where Spear is shown to have a physical limitation, because we've seen him time and time again just like power through enemies and animals and just keep going, like even to a ridiculous means. And then finally we see that there is something that he cannot solve, that he cannot overcome, which paired with what happens in the next episode adds like a great layer of just like human experience that we haven't gotten as much of throughout the series so far.
Yes.
I wonder why, because there's been some hits he's taken in the first season that he should have been down and out. And he just, like you said, he kept powering through. But like something, like what we're going to talk about when those moments come, I was pretty shocked. I'm like, that happened to you? Like, I think you would have done, snapped it back in or done something. But
I think it's an excellent demonstration of the sea is not his element, and the sea ain't playing. It is damn big. Yeah, you can run and then take a breath or whatever. You ain't doing that. You swim out in open sea or something like that. You're kind of screwed. And he's, again, it's him reacting emotionally and just and yell and go or whatever. And it was like, nah, player, world's bigger than you think it is.
Yes.
And this is his introduction to it.
Yeah, the ocean is like its own separate primal challenge, like pun intended, for both of our characters who are land creatures, right? So the fact that they're experiencing something new that is foreign to them, although water itself isn't, but the fact that they have to go on this new endeavor to rescue Mira, like they don't know what they're up against yet, and it's a learning experience as they go along from being able to hold his breath underwater. And Fang is just she's an anchor essentially. I mean, you look at a several ton dinosaur that can't really swim very well, and although they've tried to say that the T-Rex itself could swim to a degree in real life, we kind of do see that here at one point later on when the Meg comes along. But just the idea of him starting to I mean, he doesn't skip leg day, we all know that, so that's why he's able to do
yeah.
But there's this humor I like as well that Fang exemplifies with biting the tree and roaring like, haha, I did it quicker than you did, to being able to use my giant tail as a propeller to make the raft go even quicker. So it's just like this whole learning experience for both of them as they try to embark on this journey that's challenging.
Yeah, and even then, that's not enough, right? You can do things in bursts. You can do, but the thing is, you're dealing with the ocean, the open ocean, and you ain't got enough energy, to power through.
Yeah, and we see how powerful the ocean is as it spits Spear back onto the beach, and Fang is not wanting to even attempt to go into the water. Because it's the unknown, right?
Well, she's already demonstrated. Remember when we go to the lake, that she's like, the hell with that, and gets up on the rocks. She doesn't want to go into the water or anything like that.
Well,
I mean, they saw her swimming in the river of snakes, but it like that was out of necessity. You couldn't, she was.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the reasons she has the fear of the water.
Mm-hmm.
The bait, though, to get her on was so clever, though. And she's like, "Wait a second, where am I? Oh, come on!" Spear.
Yeah, and it's a callback to Mira, because Mira did the same thing to get her to walk onto the loose rocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very well done.
And I love this part where a simple leaf in the water floating, and he comes up with the idea of a raft, and right away he just takes out his anger and rage out on these trees, and like Fang just watches. The relationship between these two is absolutely amazing and beautiful. Again, I always reference to my dog because it's the same kind of similar relationship. It's just so well done.
Yeah, you see the wheels grinding where she's like, the hell is he doing exactly? And then once he demonstrates, she's like, oh, I get it. And then she goes over and starts doing the same thing.
Yeah, she goes over, starts clawing it, bites it, rips it out. And then, this part right here, she just barks at and roars at Spear. And then he yells back. And the communication is just it's so aggressive, but it's like they understand each other.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Also, we need to talk about Spear's axe wielding form. He's chopping wood, except he's up against a tree. He needs to be swinging sideways, not down.
He's a caveman. What does he know, right?
Yeah, that's I think it's his first attempt, so I actually appreciated that.
No, he keeps doing it. He never switches to side swing.
Well, it's kind of like when you're angry, you don't really start to do it correctly until later on when you're not. So
he never gets there.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
I really do like this comment. I know this is kind of on the nose, but in the hero's journey, the sea is often used to represent the threshold between the known and the unknown, the conscious and the unconscious.
Yep.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
It's super metaphorical in this episode. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Oh, Jana. You're very, very, very naughty. Very naughty. Thank you, Jana. And always good to see you in the chat, Jana. I love how Spears instantly learned how to build a raft by realizing that he needs to build something to float on water. Yes. He showed that in was it episode 4?
Yeah, he's built it before. The leap is more the reminding him, and he's like, oh, I need to stop just emoting, and that's a plan. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and here we go with the color schemes. The animation, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
but flat.
It is flat, but it's still beautiful as hell. I mean, if this
but this was me watching it and going, okay, he's going to make up for this. This is I see him kind of stealing time and effort that he's going to spend elsewhere in the episode.
You know what's funny is that regular cartoons like Family Guy or Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, what they do is they do your basic color palettes. They don't do much renders at all. It's only until when you get the movie of Bob's Burgers or Family Guys when you get that secondary renders, or or the lighting will kick in. You can see certain frames with that. With Primal, he likes to really render a lot of the color schemes that he's using, but he still keeps it very simple, and it's super effective. That if Primal did have a movie, an animated movie, man, I can only imagine what that color palette would look like.
Yeah, they're so vibrant though. It's just amazing what he can do with these colors and make it like that ocean that just look at that colors right there. It makes the characters pop out. Even Fang, she's kind of like that bluish green. But but she pops out because of the use of the colors. Sometimes when you with colors, you can blend everything and you don't see certain objects or you don't see certain characters because the color schemes are not done correctly. He does it so you get to see everything, and it's really well done.
Yeah, I think it's also why he uses a lot of black outlines to provide that pop and contrast, even if you're on similar colors.
Well, we see that with Invincible, right?
Yep. There's a bit of yellow in there.
The human eye can see the most variations of the color green.
Yep.
And I think that's a great, this still right here is a great example of that, because you have, you have the trees in the background, you have kind of the water, you have Fang, and I mean, all very distinct shades of green. It's just well used. His color usage is just fantastic. I I don't want to jump ahead here, but that reflection of the moon on the ocean.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
my
yes.
favorite, one of my favorite scenes of this entire episode.
That reminded me of Bloodborne when the blood moon comes out with one of the villains, and that's all I could think of when that came around.
Yeah, the other thing is that this is showing an understanding of the environment. I mean, this is green water. This is up close to a shore. Blue water is when you get deep.
Yeah,
very true. If you've ever been to the Caribbean before, I can attest to that. It's when you're in thigh deep water, knee deep water. I mean, it is so crystal clear and it's so green that you kind of forget where you're that you're in part of the ocean. And then when you go a little bit further, and you're like, nah, it's starting to get a little more royal bluish now, and it's a lot deeper because you can't see the bottom at that point. What?
What's up, Whitey? Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. And of course, Nos is in the chat. Welcome, John Nos. I wish Gooch would draw me like his French dinosaurs. Oh God, Nos. The facial expressions to me is what draws me in. Like even like with Fang, it's so simple, but yet it pulls you in, and you understand what Fang is saying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I have said this numerous times. Don Bluth is the master of doing facial expressions for animation, and I don't know why, but Tartakovsky, I think, is on par or even better with the way he can pull you in with like the mannerisms of his characters in these animations.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many times in this series he has made a dinosaur emote, and not even just emote, but it was like get genuine emotional reactions from us, where and it is there's subtle movements, subtle things, and he's truly a master of that. I always say that this series is like poetry in motion, and it's true, just a master.
Spear voiced by the same actor. And I don't know if you're joking, but I have no idea.
Yeah, Tartakovsky's the voice.
Is he the voice of Spear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Pretty sure he's the one that's credited as the voice.
Yeah, there is a voice credit at the end of this episode. Yes.
That's badass.
I did know that. Now that I think of it,
I always thought it was just you, Gooch.
Well, yeah, I wish. I love this part where they start surfing the water, and then they're just enjoying, like, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk, and then still water, like nothing. It's just like,
yeah.
That's when I got out here and I turned to my wife and was like, oh, they have been misinformed about the size of the ocean, haven't they?
Yes.
And you see the transition from the green to the blue water.
This scene has actually got me laughing because I was like, I caught on to. I was like, wait a minute, they just went out, but they don't have something to fucking use to stick in the water to put them in motion to keep going forward.
None of that. Like, they have no food, no water.
Yeah, no food, no water, no nothing.
No shelter, no nothing. No, I'm just going to hop on the raft and we'll be there in like a day. No, we won't. Nope.
Vex, would you like to read this super chat? Oh, excellent. Thank you, Vex. I appreciate that. Vex, I think that's butt stuff with a rose.
A bit of peach and a rose, yeah.
Peach and a rose, yeah. Much love from Rossi, the Small King. What's up? Oh, Maddie, what's up, brother? Matt Barr's in the house, everyone. Go check out his channel. He's got if you love comics, he's got a great channel. So go check him out. Incredible talent, incredible artist, and good friend. So what's up, Matt? Always good to see you, brother. Yeah. So they're kind of in the ocean. They're still, and then Spear has to, kick paddle his raft, and Fang just watches, and he's just angry, but determined. That's the one thing. He's still determined to get to Mira, and Fang just, plops down and just rests. And he's going for what again? The look at that, look at that color scheme. Like that.
Here we start to pay off. Yep.
Yeah. And then we get into he's like this part right here. Like he's completely exhausted. I always got told, even when I was a young kid, like you want to get in shape, you go swimming. Swimming will get you in shape real quick, and especially with water polo. You watch water polo athletes; they're ripped. So like I've always done swimming when I wanted to do training. So I believe it when he's like he's in salt water, so he's going to be like sapping energy like very quick, and the heat and everything, and he's like dead tired, and Fang recognizes it, and she kind of jumps in the water and starts to take over with her tail, and he likes to say, "This is flippin' gorgeous."
Yes.
Yep.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, this blew me away.
Yeah, just amazing. Angelo Bascami. I thought an aspect that was overlooked a lot of people by people is that the predatory dinosaur doesn't even think of eating spear even when starving.
Well.
They're ride or die. Yeah, it's crazy. When we even
if you don't feed a dog for a week, they're gonna be like rabid.
Yeah.
But okay, wow.
We got 52 people watching. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you a ton. This is laptop wallpaper. It's beautiful.
This whole episode, you can just pick a frame and it'll work. Yeah,
just them like sleeping, and then you get the sounds of the ocean with the humpback whales, like the stingrays here.
Jellyfish.
Is it the Man of War, or what is this thing?
It's just jellyfish.
These are just jellyfish. I think the Man of War might be the pink one that comes up.
Welcome back, Vex. There's something.
Sorry, I went to go find food, and then my cats were bugging me also for food, and then.
Vex, this is for you.
Oh, Rossi, send me the butt stuff videos.
Yeah, there you go. Sammy looks like he just robbed an Urban Outfitters.
I don't even know what that means.
Hot Topic was closed.
Yeah. Yes, Taylor. I love how detailed the scene is. Like, damn. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's what I love about Tartakovsky. He can really pull you in. Like, people look at his animation and say, "Oh, that's simple. That's like, I don't really care for that." But when you start watching it, you're like get really impressed by everything that he's putting into it. Like it's amazing stuff, and his storytelling is top notch.
Yeah, that's the thing that I mean, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that you have to be especially elaborate, whether it's animation, whether it's CG or whatever. Your job is to tell the story at the end. The better that you tell the story, the better your animation and or CG is. And I defy you to find someone who's telling better stories with just the right amount of animation than Tartakovsky.
Yeah, definitely the ancestors to Portuguese men of war. Yeah. This right here with the moonrise. Oh man.
Yep. That beautiful. Right there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This actually this gave me chills, this entire scene. I don't know. Did you guys ever see Life of Pi at all?
Oh no, but I have seen the trailers for that. It did interest me.
The early, it's like some of the ocean scenes, it's very much the same thing that they went for with this one, where it's just like the characters themselves are out of focus. The whole point is to immerse you in the environment around them, and that is supposed to tell you the emotion of your characters and their plight and whatnot. And I really appreciated seeing that here as well.
This part right here with the humpback whales, I guess the kind of like the prehistoric kind of type humpback whales.
Yeah, I don't think those are humpback whales.
Well, they're making the same sound as a humpback whale, so I'm calling humpback.
I didn't know you were a whaleologist. You know whale calls?
I know how to avoid whales. But
which direction do you swipe for that, Gooch?
Don't humpback whales have like the other spots on them like we see here? I'm pretty sure.
The barnacles.
So do gray whales and rights, and I mean,
So I mean, It was at that moment Gooch was a Marine pilot.
There's a golem on one of those.
There she blows.
I reached in and I pulled out a Titleist.
Bro, do you even Marine? Like,
I did love how the whale songs wake them up and they're like, "The hell is going on?" And then as soon as it came up and blew, they both are just yelling at it.
Yeah, well, I just think it's like they're so naive to this whole ocean.
Yeah, they are
thing.
Totally out of their element.
Yeah, and they're just amazed at everything that's happened around them. Like, and I mean, it just again, like, look at this. It's just so serene and beautiful, and he just knows what to do here. And even when the sunrise, how he can make the lighting, he's enjoying the sun here. Yeah, and then
that vitamin D, bud.
Yeah, looking for food, like looking down, like 360. You're underwater, and you are. It's like being in space. Like you have no idea what to do.
Well, not only that, but again, this is accurate. That you get into the deep ocean, and it becomes very sterile as a place, right? You really need to be near shore or near major currents that are churning up food that feeds all of the food chain. But out in the deep ocean, there ain't a lot there.
It's an awful place, honestly.
Yeah. This part right here where he's looking for food, and then he again, they show him exhausted. Like, you're swimming, you're underwater holding your breath. Great scene.
In a day and a half at this point.
Yeah, and Fang's like, "Go look for food, you bitch." And he's just like, the heat is getting to them. They're like obviously getting dehydrated, and they see a like kind of this shell pop out of the water, and he dives in after it, and it's a sea tortoise, giant sea tortoise.
Think about that for a second. He's
turtle.
He didn't give it a second thought.
Or turtle,
right?
sorry. Yes, not
he
tortoise,
didn't give it a
tortoise.
second thought. He just said, "Fuck it, let's do this."
Yeah, I love that. By the way,
right?
I mean,
no, it's like
again, what else you've seen?
What's in that ocean, right? Like,
Nothing is in that ocean.
Yeah. Oh my
Quite a lot
god!
back then, honestly.
You see it, you eat
Ironically.
it. I would doubt it. Actually, I mean, there's a reason that deep water blue sharks, they will swim thousands of miles to a source of food, right? Because they have to.
Yep.
There is not a damn thing out there.
Tonight we dine on turtle soup.
You're gonna need a bigger bowl.
Played that game.
I know this is kind of like it's like really, really unbelievable. Like, it's not like, obviously it's fiction, but it's
the size of this turtle is what blew me, because I like underwater.
Whoa,
Praising.
It looks like it's a snapper.
It won't be the only one.
Oof.
Not a great plan.
So veiny too.
Oh,
I'm coming! Praising foe!
It's a hard shell.
but yeah, it's very. Sorry, Vex. Go ahead. You were saying something.
No, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, turtles are good. Actually.
yes, they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is accurate for like prehistoric. There were turtles that actually got this damn big.
No, I'm talking about him like grappling the turtle. I mean, it's not.
It's like a dog chasing a car. I caught it. Now what the hell am I supposed to do?
Yeah. But the part I appreciate the most is like he's like struggling to get this turtle, and then he realizes like, oh, maybe I can direct it towards the raft and yank on it and pull on it. And phrasing. Okay.
Okay.
No, keep going.
Guess it's going to be one of those shows tonight.
If you're lucky, we can all finish by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
You just might. Careful.
Well, Fang, like he comes, like, instantly thinks of the idea under duress. Like he thinks, okay, like he's losing his air, and he's like, I'm going to pull this thing towards Fang, and hopefully Fang can clomp onto it, and we have food. Yeah. And that's what I appreciate about Spear. Very quick problem solving.
This, because they really emphasize the blood, and it's a nice contrast to the blue that we've been seeing for quite a few minutes into the episode. But I was expecting the shark to show up here because of all the blood in the water.
Well, I think that's why. Well, yeah.
I mean, it takes a while for that to, again, you're in open water.
Mhm.
The blood has to go for a while until a shark encounters it.
Yeah, I forget what
Okay,
they said, like what the distance is that sharks can smell the blood. It's like 7 miles, maybe even longer than that. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
again, you have to have the blood
Yeah.
travel for 7 miles in order for them to
Exactly.
smell it in the first
So-
place. Yeah.
But
they can. Oh, hold on. But the
Yes.
idea they smell. Sorry, continue. Sorry, I'm my brain.
researching VEX.
Yes, a quarter of a mile away.
No, they're deep water sharks that can follow the blood gradient.
Yes.
For
Maybe
multiple
it's depending
miles.
on the type of the
Yeah.
shark. I'm sure
Yeah.
Meg. I mean, like, look how big the Meg is. I'm sure, like,
It's like bluefin. Bluefins are crazy about that.
It's I believe it's the iron in the blood that they can, because of their sensories. Like I think that's why they're attracted to it.
it's the
As
teamwork.
yeah,
They
and
can
Anyone want to
sense-
test it with me?
They can
in
sense
Florida?
muscle movement, like maybe up to a quarter of a mile away, depending on how vigorous the thrashing is.
yeah, and we're seeing Spear getting hot and sweating, and then realizes, hey, let's use the turtle as a shelter, and which is again the constantly problem solving, and we see that in the first season, and it carries over in the second season so far. How he's quickly adapting to his environments, figuring out what he can and cannot do.
This is a lovely shot. Again, I feel like he leveled up his background art season over season. This looks like a painting. That's why.
This episode again. What else do you have to show? Flat water.
Well,
so you have to give an environment somewhere, and so he's making up for it with the sky.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like I'm just thinking. Remember, this is my first watch through, right? All of the other environments that we've gotten, like there's very sharp lines and sharp details to all of it. So it feels like a complete 180 to finally see him taking soft strokes, pun intended, with all of the environments that he's making. That's what I mean, right? It's just visually, it's a very nice contrast to see.
So I just did a hypothetical. A megalodon might be able to detect blood from 5 to 10 miles away.
Dang.
So I guess
there's a blood
Meg could
gradient.
explain why like the Meg showed up so quickly or quickly thereafter here in this episode or scene, but like it makes sense. It's like a 67-foot shark. Like they're gonna have a better.
Also, a hell of a lot of blood in water. So you're giving it quite the trail to follow back up.
Yes, in this scene he's taking a piss. Actually,
I don't know how he's taking a piss.
Yeah, he's dehydrated. That's what I want to know.
That's why I'm wondering.
You
if
don't
it's
even
the
see it though.
sea
You
and
hear
not the ocean. But then you see all these giant aquatic animals. Where I'm going, it has to be the ocean. But then again, it's this mythological prehistoric time. So it was like,
yeah.
Do you think they know better not to drink that water?
oh, he would have no clue.
Well, one
think that's
mouthful and he
what's-
would know not to drink it because it's awful. Tastes awful.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it ain't the taste. I mean, he'll probably been drinking in footprints and everything else. The problem is the salt.
Well, that's what I mean. It tastes awful. It would be like,
except that salt is actually pretty rare for humans, and we have a natural drive to taste things that are salty.
I bet that fish head project tastes awful too, though. Let's be real.
oh, I hate fish. So yeah, these flying fish are getting eaten, and
Yeah, that was immediately. I turned to my wife and go, there's a reason those fish are flying, right?
yeah.
But it's like a little competition here, though, too, where Spear's just catching one at a time, and Fang's like, "Here's 7," and like, "Oh, you saw that fish? I caught that fish."
How many coelacanth you been catching?
Yeah,
It's so funny. It's like a dog that brings home a giant stick from the yard. You're like, "Where did you get that?" Like,
and then here come the I forget the name of these things. They are. Let me find out. What
I don't know, but this is very accurate to what happens.
pterosaurs.
Yeah, the flying dinosaurs.
Pterodactyls.
But so like flying fish and other small fish, you'll have predators that drive up from underneath them to kind of get them to surface. And once they start surfacing as a school, here come all the seabirds.
Yeah.
And it's just an attack from all sides.
Oh, this part right here. I love this scene right here. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Fuck yeah.
Man.
Could you imagine what Fang and Spear are thinking right now? Like, holy
Yeah.
shit, what's that?
Yeah.
The size of that thing, like,
like, oh, you thought Fang was big?
yeah. Check out this big baddie. And I like how the. Go ahead, Zach.
No, I was saying at that point, like, dude, I know we keep speculating in how big the Megalodon, but do you think he would have made it bigger if he had the choice to?
I don't know. It's pretty big.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty accurate depiction there, IMO. But like,
the only thing that I had a kind of a question about is why are these waves cresting?
Vex.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Luke. I'm coming for you. What was that?
Phrasing.
Nice.
And we would all make it bigger if we could.
Yes.
What? Oh, sorry. I didn't even catch. Okay, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I love this scene because not only is there a threat from the Megalodon, but the ocean and the waves and just the currents and like it's nonstop. It's so chaotic and it's done exceptionally well. Yeah, look at that. And then he's inside the Megalodon's mouth and he's just like, yeah, I'll take this piece of wood that you got in your gums and I'll use that to my advantage.
I think it's permits wrapped.
Yeah.
There's a good comparison of size right there.
Phrasing.
Dang, this is a hot episode.
Yeah, it is a hot episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just getting thrown around by the ocean, and then the Megalodon attacks again. Gets this part right here when he gets thrown onto the snout.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he's the boss for fighting that thing, man.
Oh, I love Spirit. I if they come out with a McFarlane figure of him, I'm buying
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is definitely a not to scale Megalodon.
No.
Oh, hell no. Spirit's got to be like 5-6 foot. Megalodon isn't 30 feet from tip to bottom of jaw when opened.
But Goodwin, the Jason Statham movies? Come on now.
I try not to of late.
You know what? I'm curious. Oh, what a great shot! I love the bird's eye views that he does a lot. It's
good force perspective and
This would be an awesome statue if they made one, just him attacking the.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say that'd be a cool tattoo to have, like in like your leg or your arm, just like.
Oh yeah.
I don't have room anymore, but shit. I mean, maybe my arm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this spear stabs it in the eye. Yeah, it's just awesome.
I knew that he was gonna survive because there's a whole other season, but I genuinely felt like I was holding my breath a little bit because this was so absolutely terrifying, this entire encounter, to me at least.
Yeah.
I felt it.
See, I love the bird's eye view, and then you go to the worm view, and you just like kind of flip around, and now you're getting like this, like the editing's done really well for this. Great shot. And then throws the spear and gets it right in the eye. Oh man, great shot. Yeah, and then in the ocean they go, and then they're getting tossed around. Fang is trying to keep Fang is trying to keep Spear alive, and on come the waves and just pounding on top of them, raising. As the storm brews, and then that was pretty much the end of the episode because Fang ends up on the beachfront and wakes up and starts looking for Spear and nowhere to be found, and screaming out and like waiting patiently and worried where her at this point family member.
Yeah.
She's in complete distress right now.
Yeah,
freaking out.
Yeah,
panicking.
Yeah.
This pulled at my. I know it's a fucking T-Rex, but it still pulled at my heartstrings.
Yeah, because it's like I said, if you have a dog,
right?
If you have a dog or a pet, like, and you have that connection with them, like it just it pulls on you, like it just. Yeah.
And Tartakovsky is very clearly using dogs as reference for Fang's face and some of like the facial behaviors and things like that, which becomes much more apparent on episode 2, where you're just looking at it going, yeah, that's a dog that he's using as reference.
You coming home? You just left.
Yeah.
I said in a comment 2 and 4 my favorites of the season. The next 7 made me cry so hard. Oh man, yeah, it's Yeah, it's so good. I can't wait to jump into that one right away. If you would rate this episode, what would you guys rate it out of 10? We'll start with Zach this time. Zach, where would you
Come
rate
on,
that?
it's a fucking 10, dude. I mean, the color choices that he's using, the framing, his framing in this episode is probably one of my favorites from the whole show so far. I don't know, man. It's a test. It's kind of okay. So I feel, in my opinion, that when you're animating things, that there's a few things that are tough to animate. They're considered exercises when you're learning how to be an animator. For a comic book artist, one of the things are a talking scene inside of a restaurant or inside of a diner. So it's like public places, just a regular talking scene, nothing special. You got to make it interesting. I feel like ocean scenes where you're stranded on a raft and you got to, figure out how to keep it moving by, just having them survive. I feel like that's an exercise for him, and he just blows that out of the water. And it's stunning. I watched this episode about 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's the whole gamut: colors, story, animation, everything, camera angles. Nick, your thoughts, bud?
Yeah, no, I have to agree with Zach. This is definitely a banger. It's a 10 in different reasons compared to the next episode. I think this episode does a great job using the themes, narrative elements. It has metaphors. It has like symbolic and like even like philosophical analysis, like with the whale encounter, the ocean itself. Like there's a lot that's going on here, even though there's not a lot of action up until the part where like the fish and the sky terrors and the shark comes in. But aside from that, it's just like a lot of build up, and obviously like the end is such a cliffhanger for this first episode. So and obviously it's just beautiful from start to finish. So it's a 10 for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And Mr. Goodwin, your thoughts?
I think this is a necessary episode. And so I mean, if it was just here's what you have, I would probably rank it a bit less. I think it's a solid 8. Not through any necessary, the sin of it, on its own, or that it is failing in some way. It's just, this is a thing where you have to be out and a bit desolate. The relationship is already pretty much established. So we're not learning anything new about Fang and Spear, right? We're simply putting them in a different situation where they have stepped into the unknown. They have to travel through the void, and that's necessary to get to where they're going. But I certainly wouldn't say, this is definitely on par with episode 8 of season 1 or the next episode of season 2. This is it is, but I think that you can't have episode 2 without this one, right? You have to do the journey. You have to go through it. There has to be that lull, and he makes up with it with some great design and art. As far as simply playing with the colors of the sky, the being open, and there is no terrain that you can hide behind or whatever, right? It is sky and water. Enjoy, and he does it, again, brilliantly. But I think the story isn't really there because it's waiting, right? This is a hold, and I have to go through this to make the story that follows that much more impactful, and he's willing to make that trade. Again, that's smart on his part.
Vex, your thoughts?
I give this a 9 slippery wet appendages out of 10.
Phrasing.
There's it's don't get me wrong, it is still a fantastic episode. Like many of the other panelists have mentioned, there's a lot of depth going there. There's struggles. I like seeing Spear and Fang both out of their element and overcoming that, kind of being a little what's the word I'm looking, like, come up with solutions. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
Ingenious.
Thank you. Being genius with their situation. I absolutely adore the color palette throughout basically all of this episode and the changes in environmental kind of like designs in the background. But I will admit the first like 7 minutes of this episode felt like it dragged a little bit, and it's not like it wasn't a detriment to the rest of the
It was
episode.
necessary.
Right.
It was necessary, and but I do feel that the second episode retroactively lifts this one up because this is really two parts of one story that we're exploring with these two episodes together. So
Yeah.
I mean I agree with Vex that this one it could be greatly undermined by the next episode or two that follows, right? If those were very boring or not especially inspiring or whatever, it would take one and drop it that much lower, because it's like, I had to sit through this for that? What the hell are you talking about? I think the reason it's raised up is because of what follows.
Yeah. And of course, Sammy, brother, your thoughts on this episode.
It's got to. I'm going to give this a 10 too. Even though it wasn't action packed, there are parts that drag. Visually, it's great. You realize, and I agree with everyone else where they said it's definitely lifted up by episode 2. But I mean, this is something, and keep in mind of the way that Tartakovsky's been able to maintain a continuity with the previous season, and only had the character say one word to remind us of what we're going towards, why we're someone opening a candy wrapper.
yeah, here too.
Sorry. Gotta
Or
the
something else.
rest of the class.
Condom wrapper. Oh.
You got any kind of class?
I didn't know what you were doing there. I did that earlier. Like, what's that sound? And then you're like, is someone opening up a candy wrapper?
No, but no, it's incredible that you're able to achieve that, and it makes something as mundane as I don't think being on a raft with a Tyrannosaur would be that mundane, but having these characters be seafaring, not knowing what to do, and basically encounter everything that we were all thinking, going like, oh my God, they didn't take food with them. They didn't take water with those things were just breezed over. That I think that like a lesser animator, it was like they would show waves. Maybe they might have that shark scene, but it was like, you wouldn't have encountered all of those things. So, you feel for Spear, you feel for Fang, going like, oh, they're, for lack of a better analogy, fish out of water here, because they don't know what they're doing. And they're definitely going to face some difficulties doing that. I appreciated all of it. So,
yeah. And obviously, I have the second episode pulled up here, and we'll jump into it right away. I would give the first episode a definite 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's like, I think Goodwin, you said it perfectly. It's on the ocean. It's very simple, but the environment and everything that goes with it was incredibly well done, and it stays true to the storyline and the continuation from the first season to the second season. Unreal. Oh yeah, here we go. This is going to be a good episode. Shadow of Fate. This one, David Krentz and Tartakovsky worked on this one, and of course, Bachman and Tartakovsky did a lot of the written and animation with it too. So, this is going to be a great one. So, buckle up and be ready for this one. So we get to back to the ocean, the continuation. Fang waiting, and hopefully she gets to see Spear arrive. And she, and she's waiting, and then she hears, and she's sad. So hopefully I can pull it up again. This right here, just the most simple scene, but she's so sad and depressed.
Again, this is dog waiting for the master that doesn't come home, that something happened to him.
It just pulls on the heartstrings, and you're sad for her. And I mean, So she's sitting there and she hears a rustle in the jungle. There, she starts to check it out, and she sees this, and right away, her heart is lifted, thinking, "Oh, I found my friend, my family member." And she rushes over, and it's just basically a branch and a rock, and and just continues searching through the woods, and gets hears another noise and gets a scent, and sees a trail, sees some footprints, starts to follow it, and she encounters this guy here, Red. Yeah, she encounters a
male tyrannosaur.
Male T-Rex.
Yeah, male T-Rex. Sorry, guys. My back was itchy there. Right away, showing dominance, not backing away. The male, I'm assuming this is a very young male, because
I would guess so.
Yeah, because she kind of, in this episode, she has full control and dominates this. But he scurries off and goes on top of the rock, and she starts to wander around the rock looking for the male T-Rex. Just a simple little, again, the mannerisms, like the scratching her cheek, sniffing, trying to follow, trying to get a scent, trying to find out where the male took off. And it's really, really well done. So she starts to go through the woods.
I love this. I love that first shot when you just see the bug and you're like, oh, it's on another rock, because this thing's been flying around grabbing everything. Yeah. And then as soon as it pulls back just a bit, you're like, oh, you clever motherfucker.
Yeah. And that little squirrel monkey. Phrasing. And it's Spear, and he's obviously unconscious. And again, bird's eye view. You capture the whole moment of the scene, like he's unconscious, he's like deserted, and you're like, oh, hopefully Fang can find him.
One thing that's very interesting about this shot is that the shadow work on Spear is much higher level than what was previously, and even on the water and all that stuff, right? And I think it's because he's laying still on that that sandy beach, right? And so he's trying to show a certain amount of depth in what's going on, right? That he's just a thing sitting there.
Yeah. This show is probably the only thing that can make me can make an adult cry for a cartoon dinosaur. Absolutely.
Yep.
Apex. Oh, excellent. Okay.
I didn't. Sorry, my cat is licking my foot, and it was making me giggle. Sorry.
Oh.
Stop putting peanut butter on your foot, Bex. We told you.
You heard it here first. OnlyFans.
New content, are you?
Yeah.
Kato be tuning in.
What's the phrase?
Yeah.
Stop pussyfooting around.
Oh, wow. So well done.
Nice.
So and then he gets taken away, and you get the other thing I like about this is kind of like Ice Age here, where you got to see a lot of this, where you had the scene, and then he goes to Scrat, where he's trying to get the acorn, and because he's trying to get food. You're seeing that. You're seeing that with this creature here, this little flying squirrel monkey thing, whatever you want to call it. Like right here.
Just want to point out the backgrounds again as well. Much softer lines and colors that he's using, rather than the sharp details that we saw most of last season. Which actually, it's a nice way to distinguish that this is also like a different temporal region as well. Because later on in this episode, the leaves start falling, and Fang is kind of like, "What's going on?" Like, I've never experienced a fall thing, so you get a sense of just exactly where they've traveled to, which was nice.
It's the texture and the sand's different. It's a much rockier beach. It was like the attention to detail is just insane.
Yep. Stranger in a strange land, so you can show the strangeness of the land without being over the top.
Yeah. And again, camera angle, you're capturing the mood, like it's like you're on a different island, you're different world, you're different creatures doing different things. Really
also trying to be mysterious, right? So you pull close to that thing, so that the people that picked up Spear are in shadow. All you see is silhouettes.
This is
Love the grass here.
yes.
Love this part.
Simple work, but he makes it work.
Yep.
And obviously this 3-horned rhinoceros, and has no idea. Like, look at the line work he's done for this one. Like, trying to show the wrinkles and the
lashes is what
Even,
caught
even the
because-
eyelashes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rhinos tend to have those thick lashes, and I was surprised that he went that far with the detail.
Yep.
Well, and this is. I mean, it shows the kind of the split between elephants and rhinos and pigs, because it still has like the proto proboscis trunk for its upper lip.
Yeah. Well, and it also looks weather beaten and aged, like the shell, like the skin of the rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that! Like, just beautiful work. Like, man, he knows how to change things. And so Fang, she's gonna, and then the male Tyrannosaurus, both eyeing up the rhino, and they both attack the rhino and grab a hold of the rhino and not giving up. Like two dogs on a bone. Like, it's just like amazing.
Well, in territory, right? You know, that's
Dominant.
mine. I ain't sharing. You better back the hell off. And
Dominance. Yeah.
And homeboy just trying to get laid, so he'll go ahead and let her have it. That's fine.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you know, he's got a good plan. You know, he met a nice girl. He's taking her out to dinner. You know,
And he eats ass at the end of this scene as well.
That's what he gets for being polite and just letting it play. Yeah.
You know, so
Exactly.
sweetest kiss of all.
Gentlemen, take notes.
And Fang makes the first move. She throws him a piece of meat. Like, here you go.
Throwing that ass at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a little bite of that.
So now we see the
by the way,
spear.
transition from them eating to a pile of shit was great.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Made me laugh.
So I didn't even
Jacob.
know he was in a pile of shit until afterwards. I was like, oh, they did him dirty.
What's up, Jacob? First of all, thank you for joining us. Second of all, go check out his channel if you haven't. Let's get this guy to 500.
Yes, sub to Jacob.
Sub to Jacob. Been rewatching the show as y'all been going through it. I'm taking screenshots and use them as my screensaver.
That's a
awesome.
target-rich environment. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I presume this is your current screensaver right here.
Jenna, just a memo for everyone: do not eat ass on the first date, boys. Yeah. Thank
How
you
many
for
dates do you have to be
You
on?
might end up
before
looking
you
like
start doing it?
Spear here.
that. Yeah, double barrel pink eye and a pile of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. How many dates do you have to be on before you can start? Like, that's the biggest question.
I don't know how many dates I got to go with you before the fingers show up.
You blocked it.
This is interesting because we get to see Spear injured in this episode. Like, you see him limited with his left arm. Like, he's hurt, and you didn't see that in the first season. And I love you get to see how he got hurt, which is excellent. A throwback. So, and then this witch. Oh man, the details on her face. She's aged. She's ugly looking. Like,
No. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bex.
No, go ahead, Sammy. Go ahead.
When they showed the woman's face and they kind of like zoomed in like that, I got some serious Ren and Stimpy vibes.
Yes,
Just to add on to that, much like what was it, episode 8, I think it was. There was a roller coaster of emotions. Here, it was the same thing because they're pretty like masterfully worked in. Is a lot of little humor that I don't think it caught on to everyone, but I was quite impressed that it managed to do that while also really building some significant movement for how both Fang and Spear interact with others now that they finally have like other kin to do that with. So it elevated this episode a lot for me.
Yeah, I think that that's one thing. Again, Tartakovsky knows how to tell a story, and you don't want to have, oh my God, everything's serious, and we need to just drag our chins and get ready for sadness or whatever. He's setting it up by going, okay, they're on their own, and lives are going to be lived until collision happens and something changes that.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I appreciate about Tartakovsky, like showing, Spear running away from everyone because he has no idea what the hell he's in, who these people are, feeling threatened, and he's still in pain, holding his arm. He's limited to just one arm, and then he's like a wounded animal at this point. Like he's just like in total fight mode. And these guys running after him, same markings as Mira, as it indicates. Mm-hmm. And it shows him get hit by a spear, and he just turns around and attacks the guys and takes them on head on. Yeah.
Is this because I couldn't figure out, is this like a early Viking?
These are Celts.
Yeah, Celts.
Okay.
Celtic warriors, yeah.
Because it definitely wasn't a Nordic region because there would be a lot more snow and less trees, but it definitely felt like, because of the plaid, it felt like the UK.
The other thing too, I liked what he did here with the Celtics. Just the fact that the trench-like layout that they have, it still shows that it's primal based, but it's like a more advanced societal structure. They have their shit together far more than what Spear ever had before. This moment in time for him and his experience, but just a great way to kind of show two different, types of tribes, people. They're still,
different species, dude.
That's true.
Spear's a Neanderthal.
Yeah.
But they're still able to communicate in some way, shape, or form, though. Like there's still this, for now at least, there's seemingly a mutual respect when the chief presents, here's food, like we're here to help you, we want to mend your broken arm, mend your wounds, we come in good faith almost, but we just don't understand.
I think the chief took one look at this guy and goes, no one's gonna fuck with us if we can make this guy our friend. Look at this guy.
I truly believe that the chief thought of him as an ally, hey, if he joins us, he'll be a great asset to our warrior squad here, but that all goes to shit, because of a certain dinosaur.
Well, I'm just curious because they're is he from are the continents, first of all, because we still have dinosaurs in this, and I mean we could sit there and talk about this a little bit, but are the continents still connected a little bit, or are they separated? What stage are we at?
We don't know. We know that there's a serious body of water between them. Was it a land bridge? Who knows? What we know is that these are different temperate, climates, and clearly there's been some separation of evolution one way or another. But again, that could just be a matter of just what climate you're in as to which animals do better.
Mm-hmm. Looking at a map of Pangea right now, there's definitely some different parts of the entire continent itself that it has bodies of water. So it really kind of depends on where it would be. If Genndy wants to actually go into that lore and explain some things behind the scenes, but my knowledge or my thought was just it's still Pangea as a whole, but I don't know what part of.
Kind of figured it'd have to be something like that.
You're good, Angelo. Don't worry about that.
I think the problem with doing Pangea is that you're more likely to run into more land before if you're traveling on the ocean and hitting deep ocean, you're not going to run into Pangea somewhere else. You will have already had some continental separation.
Yeah, a slight spread.
Mm-hmm.
Pangea started to open her legs a little bit.
She's getting a little more middle-aged. She's starting to spread in the wrong places.
But when you watch this, did you notice the difference in Spear here when he was completely cornered, and fighting for his life? You see his facial expressions are different. Even this shot right here, there's more more of a detail to his face, just to express like
more shadow, more
yes,
the
rendering.
Yeah.
Great. Like I love he brings these images to life, like just very simple, but he manages to just bring so much life to it. And they're offering him water because they realize like he is, like you mentioned, like he could be useful to the tribe.
Well, also too, like the details on him, where we saw his motions very animalistic, and Tartakovsky has like the genius idea too, like he has his head like that, and you see those bottom incisors really sticking out because normally his teeth are flat, like we see in this still right here. But it was like, and you look at the size of Spear compared to these other humans, and he must look like an animal. It was like he, so I thought it's a smart idea what they did with the shadowing and what they did with his teeth. It's an intimidating pose. They use it all the time in Wolverine. It works. It's
any animal tries to look bigger than it actually is when it's under threat, right?
Yes.
You show your teeth. You kind of duck down your head because you're protecting your vitals and all that.
Your hackles up.
You're trying to look as big as possible.
Yeah.
And
well, the canine part, we had that in the first season, but I don't think anyone really noticed it. But that's what drew Fang and Spear together, because he has his 2 and she lost her 1, and when they were screaming at each other, he had the 2 fangs from the bottom like his canines, and she had the 1, and it was kind of that
but you only really see his when he is in like battle mode or
complete
angry.
fear for his life, or
just like anybody. I mean, the difference between a smile and a snarl in humans is pretty subtle. We're both showing teeth pretty hard, and if other animals would be put off by us smiling because we look like we're actually showing teeth, and that's an
matter
aggression.
of fact, when you see like chimpanzees and everything, you're not supposed to smile at them because they take that as a sign of aggression,
right? Because they never smile at each other, right? It's show teeth, show that means aggression, right? Behold my fangs.
I would.
They do it again when he's eating with that little girl by the fire, where she smiles at him,
exactly,
and he doesn't kind of get it.
Nick, you wanted to say something here? You wanted to touch on this?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was going to touch on this.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
So
I thought you heard.
Celts are kind of a big smeary definition. We traditionally think of them as the Irish and Scottish, but actually the Celts were all throughout Northern Europe.
Yes. That's what I thought you were going to mention, but like obviously not. But yeah, thank you. Good.
Oh yeah. They're just like, from what I was able to look up before, it just said like they weren't Vikings, obviously. Like it was just the Celts based on their we call it paint as well. Markings.
Wotan.
Yeah, I mean, they're speaking.
This part 2, where you see Spear grimace in pain, but still trying to defend himself by taking the spear, putting it under his wounded arm.
Genius.
And and look at these guys, just watching them like
fascinated.
Yeah. And giving them food, feeding them. It's great work. And then we get to the relationship between these two, Fang and the redhead here.
You know what scene? You know what movie? The scene that comes up when I saw this was The Lion King.
Yeah, I got it too. Where the love, the love song. Yeah, that came to me too.
The love tonight. Like they.
Well, especially too.
And I was like, oh, he got the
fermented
fruit.
Eyes.
Zach, please, like. I don't want to get copyright because you're singing it.
Yeah, it was too close.
Really?
It's too close.
It was too close to the actual song.
Spot on.
It was too close. Please keep it.
Going. Oh my god.
I like how your main response was my bad.
I didn't even think they were like you could get one like a strike. You're like, hey, you can't sing. Like
when you sound that much like Elton John.
Yeah, I mean, it's too close. You can't do it because it's just it's indistinguishable.
Yeah,
the bots aren't that smart.
I fucking can't.
Yeah, this part here where they're eating, I don't know what, like I want to say apples, but like what exactly is this fruit?
I think it's just some sort of like juicy fruit, like plums or peaches, like that.
Yeah, the big thing is that they're fermented when they the ones on the ground.
They're prehistoric edibles, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I truly thought they were gonna have sex. Like, I swear to God.
That second where Red like licks the remainder like off of things.
I was waiting for them to make pottery with a wheel and
well, okay,
yeah, exactly. Unchained Melody starts playing.
Genesis pomegranates, but like, can you get drunk on pomegranates? I think it's grapes. I think
no. So any fruit that lays around will ferment. It's got enough sugar, and you'll have yeast land on it and go. It's what when they were eating this, my wife was like, "Are they getting sick?" And I was like, "They're getting drunk. Is what they're doing.
Yeah,
so
they're
it's fermented.
They're getting hammered."
Yep.
Yeah, and so you get to see them eat all these fermented fruits, and then the look again. So good.
This I immediately thought of the movie Caveman with Ringo Starr, where they get the Tyrannosaur high, and he's just sitting there and he's got like the half closed lids and all that. I'm like, oh,
I
seen
thought
this
of
one.
heavy metal. I thought of heavy metal. Heavy metal in this scene. So, and this guy, he's like. He's an ugly motherfucker, but he's still, like, look at him. He's drunk.
Hey, man, he knows how to play it. Let's get the girl drunk. Maybe I get lucky.
He's trying to keep it straight. Tumbles into a tree, trying to keep us cool, and they're licking each other, the fruit off each other.
Oh,
yeah,
licked their face.
Yeah, and then then we see the witch trying to heal Spear. And she just takes this wood and starts whacking it. Yeah, whipping him,
beating him.
Yeah, again, facial expressions and like it just.
I love when he yells at her and she yells back. He's like, "Oh, my bad," and she just doubles down on whacking it.
Okay, let's appreciate modern medicine a little bit more here. She smears shit all over his elbow and then starts whacking the crap.
Yeah,
right.
No. She whacks him first. She makes him bleed. Then she puts the shit on him.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And she like blows some magic dust into his face.
Oh
yeah. Have a little something.
Well, it was probably the only thing that was actually helping him.
Yeah. There's the dung. Yeah. She puts it close to her face, like, dang it.
Yeah, like.
Did you see that nose?
Yeah, she ain't smelling nothing.
She has an alcohol problem. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, she's been getting into the plums as well.
Yeah, got some W.C. Fields nose action going.
Yeah.
Another cute moment walking through the forest together. Leaves are falling on her snout, and she's like, "Hey, look at me! I got leaves on my face," and he's like, he thinks it's funny, and he wants the same thing. And it covers his eyes, and he's blind, and of course, he walks into a tree, like, and she's like, "Oh God, I picked a dummy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's a loser.
Yeah. It's 3 a.m. at the bar. You're looking around. There aren't any other choices. You gotta go with what you got.
Yeah, the flirting is hilarious, but this is what I like about the show. You see the flirting, you laugh, you see how you're kind of like smiling at the moment. You get to this thing, you're like, oh, there's Spear. He's sitting with the family, and the little kid smiling at him, and then you get this. He looks at her, and he's like, yeah, cute kid. And he, where is it?
When he looks at the little girl, I was actually a little bit surprised that there wasn't like a little more remorse in his eyes, because previously when there's been an encounter where he's seen like children or baby animals or anything, it's usually invoked like a bit of sadness in him. So I kind of expected this episode to go that direction instead of a comedic one with it. I don't know about you guys.
Well, Vex, let me answer that for you.
Okay.
He's been covered in shit. He has a broken arm.
Some old woman been whipping him.
Yes, some old woman used
Fair.
whipping up. He has no idea where Fang is. He has no idea where he is. So I think he's just kind of like going through the emotions here and just kind of like trying to put on a fake smile here and it just comes out all wrong.
This is
Okay.
this harkens back to like a bunch of different things for me, especially for like both of these characters. So this reminds me of like the poppies scene in Wizard of Oz, or like the town of Spectre in Big Fish. Like all of Fang could have stayed with Red. He could have stayed in this village, and they probably could have had very like good lives separated. And then all of a sudden you're jarred out of that, and you realize that there's still a journey to go to. And I mean, again, it's just brilliant. Nobody's necessarily right or wrong in this. It's just the way things kind of have to go. And
was not expecting at all how they were.
I'd throw a bit of shade on Spear before this is over.
This is another touching
I'm interested
moment.
to hear why.
They're
Chasing the fireflies.
they're both chasing fireflies and
again, this is very dog-like behavior, much like what
Yeah.
you've seen throughout this episode with the two Tyrannosaurs.
the connection between the two. She's
vagabond.
the thing that I really want to, let everyone know is that she has someone of her own species, her own kind. She's, we've seen Spear get a connection with someone of his own species, a human being, and then he lost that in the fight to try to go find her. Now we're seeing, Fang have her moment with a species of her own. And like it's very touching. The silhouette is a beautiful touch here with the color contrast. Like it's just really, really well done.
Just the color choice too for this other dinosaur, the yin and yang kind of contrasting color was also nice. Like they're meant to have found each other, and they're meant to kind of be together, not in a romantic way, but it's just like you said, kin with kin, like with like sort of deal.
Because we've already established the red Tyrannosaurs from season 1.
Yeah,
males.
I thought that was a different species.
No, that was
they were just much more. They were older and
okay. Because I noticed the similar like color tone, and I thought maybe that was just a coincidence. But okay, that explains it. Thank you.
Yeah, the moonlight here, the purple, beautiful purple shades here, and then we see Red, exhausted, go to the ground, and then you see Fang cuddle with him. Beautiful, little growl. Beautiful moment. And then you see Spear looking out into the distance, wondering where Fang is, if she's alive or not. And it's look at that, just a tender moment for him, and you feel for both. Yeah. And then he sees like this wild dog here, and wants to connect with another animal. The dog right away, aggressive and protecting the food, which a wild dog would do. And he knows how to communicate with animals, wild animals. Now I feel he's like in that mode of I'm kind of lost. I need someone I can connect with. Animal.
Yeah, he's very much like a Tarzan or a Mowgli.
Yeah,
kind of.
Like, look at these eyes. Like, man, it speaks a million words right here. They could just.
It's okay. Just because he looks at the dog, he confronts the dog, he keeps a stare. The dog bows to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And gives the meat. I don't know if anyone else shared this interpretation of the scene, because Spear very much does feel like he is out of place. He doesn't fit in. He's out of his element. And he finds something that feels a little more akin to the primal nature of it. Okay, all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same thing with Fang finding Red and following Red around.
Yeah, you beautiful little being
Careful,
you, like
careful.
Yeah. For that, I will give you. Oh, this one's always a good one.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Thank you, Niet.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that notice that like when he eats with the Celts, it's all like plant
Yes.
based thing, and he's like, "Oh look, a fellow predator. Hey, what's up, my brother? Let's have some."
Yeah. Well, you saw the look on Spear when they were all inside the tent or in the hut, and they're eating as a family, as a unit, and they're all happy together. And he's seeing what he's lost, right? And so he's like, he wants to distance himself from that because it's affecting not only his emotions, but he's also thinking of Fang, his family, and he doesn't know how to deal with his own emotions, and so he gets, like you said, Vex. He's primal. He wants to, get to what he knows best, and like.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, for all of the look, they're human and it's close enough. This isn't his life. This isn't his culture. He, the child smiles, does the look at my teeth thing, and he does the same thing back, and she, nearly dies, runs screaming over to daddy, and then, he just kind of does the smile with his teeth closed. Yeah, and these it's like the difference between agrarian and hunter gatherer. This is a different culture and it's a different world, and he's more connected with that wild dog than he is with them. He's still wild in many ways.
Yeah, and look at this. Like you get to this moment here, and they're waking up because the sunrise, and off they go. They off together. And he wants to show her where they can get some food, and shows her the village.
That's as soon as they hit that, I was like, I know where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. Soon, like you're.
Mm-hmm.
It's a moment of trust. This feels like this was the last barrier of trust between.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, nice facts. And see, look, there's humans here. We can eat them. And yep.
He wastes no time jumping in.
Yeah.
He really.
Neither does she, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she until she sees
Look on
Spear.
her face, though.
The look on her face when she sees Spear is like,
oh yeah, that's
yeah. This part where Red gets hit by Spear, and she right away goes to protect her new mate, and
the hell with that. We're gonna have some snacks.
This is such a great angle, great shot. I mean, you see Spear in the background, and she sees him. Yeah, go ahead, Beck.
This very much feels like the first time he's really realized that she is a superior predator to him.
Yes.
Because before it was always just like their sadness kind of bonded them, and it felt like they were on equal footing because they were both so blinded by that. And this is really the only time that we've seen her genuinely attack a human, and it's violent.
Yeah, very violent. And look, like there's his fangs right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And look at her. She's like, oh my God.
Oh shit.
shocked.
Yeah. And then Red sees him and he's like, oh, more food. And she's like, nope, not today, sir. She gets right in front of him.
Attack position.
Yeah. Great scene. Like,
it's I just caught like an underlining meaning to this whole exchange, because then when Spear tries to attack him,
yes,
same thing. She
stands
in between, and it's like it's kind of first of all, it's as though Fang is the human in this mediation.
Yes.
But secondly,
the
it's
mother.
it's like an interesting play on just how like people will say don't like, oh, I love my dog, but then they're totally fine with like just like a bunch of cows dying or something like that. It's like the association, because she was just killing a bunch of humans, no problem before, and suddenly she sees the one that's just where my brain went. That's all.
No, I think that and this reinforces what we saw in season 1, that for all of the they're pals, they're buddies. No, Fang sees Spear as her offspring, her child, right, and deals with him accordingly. And in this instance, she's got a potential mate, that she is going after, but also turning to her child. And then when Spear tries to hop on her back, and she's like, "Get off, bitch!" Right? Nah, we have a different understanding about religion. Let me remind you what we're doing here, and there are different priorities in order. Again, it's why I think Spear is actually he's the cause of a lot of problems in this thing.
Yeah, so he screws it up right here because the parallels from both of them trying to protect the other one from another thing, right? And there's like a literal brief moment where it looks like everything's going to subside until Spear screws it all up, and it's like we could have really gotten what we wanted until Spear let his primal instinct out and attacks Red.
Is it true that Genndy called this a love triangle? Someone said that in the comments.
Yeah, Angela said that it was.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Yeah,
Genndy called this a love triangle.
Yeah, Spear's acting like a jealous bitch.
Yeah.
Dang.
Hey man, he didn't get some tail in a while. Man.
I'm so glad this episode won an Emmy award for the season. Absolutely.
What?
Oh yeah, he won. Like I think he won. Like I want to say, I think 5.
Yeah,
5 for this series, and yeah, like he's. This series is like really, really recognized. Like it's got like so many international awards, and yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on here for an interview. I've contacted him, trying to get him on here. So
that'd be huge.
That would be awesome to have.
Oh, I'd love to have him.
Oh yeah, but yeah, just this scene here is so amazing to watch. Like the back and forth of Fang trying to protect Red, trying to protect Spear. And again, there's that shot where he's poking around to look at Red. She's again getting in front, protecting Red, and moving with him. And he's kind of befuddled. He's like, "What are you doing? You're my family member." And he just ignores it and attacks Red. And Red just beats the living piss out of. Well, she gets knocked out because of the scene right here. She's like warning Spear. He attacks him, gets on his back, and he swings his tail, and it hits Fang and knocks her out a bit. And this scene right here where Red just goes full tilt after Spear, biting him, attacking him, throwing him around, threatening the other Celts as they're throwing spears at him, and taking it and just like it's nothing. And then Spear jumps on and just starts stabbing the back and trying to hang on. And this scene is like intense, like it's amazing. And there's the witch's hat as he plows through, and Fang wakes up, and right here Spear thinks he's got the best, and Red's like, "No, you have."
This is just like all testosterone.
Yeah, this is
that
full.
Was a gnarly ass shot.
Yeah,
that fucking front shot of him.
Mm-hmm.
The camera angles are fantastic in this. Like I thought, like, he's not gonna go after Spear, and they're not gonna injure him. But no, Red does like serious damage to the Spear here in this scene. Like he's trying to crawl away. He claws at his back.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, puts his paw his paw on him and putting all that pressure on him, squeezing him and drooling on him. Like, here comes the rock. Throws the rock, knocks out a couple of fangs. No problem.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah.
And just like picking him up and whipping him around, like throwing him around, like Spear is getting really damaged. And then Fang interrupts to protect Spear. And then this is where it gets really interesting. She kicks Red off the edge of the cliff here, and Red lands boom onto the spear on the bottom, and
the spear of all things too.
Yep, I was just gonna say the spear.
The poetry here is.
I was gonna say, like this is
so
Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, this is-
absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just
it's insane.
Peak
yeah.
poetry right here.
And like it's almost Macbeth, right? Like she,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
she realizes, oh, what have I done? And then she runs down to be with Red in his last moments. It's just like, oh my god. Like,
Okay. Now we've all been there. I almost started crying right here. Like I'm not, when she like nestles up to him to like comfort him in his last moments. I was like, oh my god. Like,
yeah,
shit.
that's how. But seriously, that's how great this series is. It's like,
You got to clean the dust off the fan, otherwise, like it kind of gets dusty in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, allergy season hits real hard sometimes. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, even in December.
It's real bad in Michigan.
I promise you right now, I think this is probably the best fucking drawing I've done for Primal so far.
Oh, sweet!
Wow.
I'm like,
sweet.
I just finished it, and I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, God damn. Dude.
When you say that, then
I mean, you set a bar.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, Spear is just inferior to both of them. I mean, they are T-Rexes, but
yeah.
I did want to mention something again. This is why I think that I put a lot of blame on Spear for this. So Taylor Gordon mentioned earlier that I think that the red definitely reminds Spear of the dinosaurs that ate his family. Understand, it was the same red T-Rexes that ate Fang's children. All right, so yeah, I don't want to hear it because again, it was Fang is also a T-Rex. Guess what ate his kids? T-Rex.
Yeah. Yep. Nos, Sammy and I are like the Starsky and Hutch of animation.
Yes.
Yes.
Which one of you has the crippling heroin addiction?
That would probably be me.
Okay.
Go along.
Okay, so Sammy has AIDS then. All right. That's important to be clear on that.
Did I get that from Huggy Bear? Or?
Got it from cannoli, apparently. That's what his problem is right now.
And then Spear, like, he just, man, like, he's just so beaten. Yes. And, like, witnessing this and realizing, like, what he's done. Like, that's the beautiful thing of this.
Zach, you're echoing.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Thank you. Look at this last moments, like Vex. You called it with the contrast, the red and the blue.
Mm-hmm. You got me there, Chip. You got
almost looks like a heart, kind of. If you look at it from like a degree, almost kind of.
The amount of detail too. There's a lot of things that he improves on his animation in season 2 so far. Like even the movements are far more fluid than they were throughout season 1, which I really appreciated. The close-ups on the detail before, it was like pick and choosing. Like it seemed like you guys had mentioned the budget a lot with specific episodes last season, and it feels like there's a more consistent line that every episode is given throughout this one, and you can tell.
I'm with you, Scottia.
Oh my god. Yeah, when she just walks away so defeated,
I mean, the other dinosaur could have stopped too. Like, I guess, Spear kept going. So it's like if he stopped, the other one would have.
Maybe.
There was a moment where Red did stop.
He did stop. Spear then kept aggressing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is Spear's fault.
What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach? Well, again, he lost his family to the Reds too, right?
Oh yeah, I know. There's like
so it's like it's so freaking well written. This shit, like it's just don't make me cry again, damn it! Laugh my ass. It's awesome. Like we had a moment a few weeks ago about like I'm trying not to cry on the stream.
I mean, I think that
I failed.
Oh God, episode 8 was such a baller.
Episode 8.
But this one though, I mean, I looked at it and I was like, there's going to have to be some serious repair of relationship and trust after this, because Spear fucked up.
Yep.
And he realizes it. Look at that face. Like,
there's so much grief here at the end.
Yes.
Guilt. It's You feel so
Like,
bad for both of them.
Fang walking like just to feed it, and no one like even the villagers are just like, oh, damn, like.
But the chief, like this, you got this guy,
yeah,
who he just recently met, and like, when he walks up to him, and he like puts his hand on his shoulder, like, I sympathize for your loss here, or like what you just went through. Like,
yeah,
he didn't have to do that, but it just shows that there's this level of care, like this level of understanding, even from different species, as we've recently seen between Dino and Neanderthal. Even it's just so great to include as a story, and just character building for all three of them.
Yeah, I think the chief is and he's offering him one last time. It was like, dude, even though that should happen and all that, I mean, you could still be one of us. And Spear's like, no, I'm out.
I gotta follow my mate.
Clearly,
or die, literally,
or she who I cock block. That's one way or the other. So.
But like, he understands the relationship, and that's what like. It's just, again, no freaking dialogue, people. Like nowadays, what do we get?
Nothing but exposition dumps. Again, this is storytelling. This is why.
And then we see the two doves piece.
Yep.
It just. Yeah, it's just
doubly so because Tyrannosaurs, birds descend from them. They're of the same line.
Yeah.
Triple Eastor, because this is what Red was trying to do with Fang. He was trying to bring her food.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, no, I'll even go a little deeper. This is what Fang was doing with her little ones in the first.
I'll go even deeper.
Praising!
Wow, praising! Like,
what are we on? 4, 5 quintuplet?
Yeah,
4.
Praising, doing great.
Don't doves mean like peace, right? So
peace,
like, love, associated with
peace
love.
And love, so there's another theme that just gets destroyed here.
Yeah, but beautiful episode.
It is.
We'll start off with Sammy before he falls asleep. What would you rate this episode?
It's a 10. Easily a 10. He said, I'm pretty sure most of these are going to be a 10 for me. I love this series. But, I mean, like I said before, it was like just to have a Shakespearean tragedy with two dinosaurs.
Not a word said.
Oh, I know. It just never fails to blow my mind. There was so much promise in both of their stories before they get back together. It was like this actually, when you think about it, could have been a great way to end the series. I get you would never want to split up the duo, but having them go their separate ways. There was a hint for happiness for both of them. Maybe a lot less for Spear, but definitely for Fang. It was like, but I do think Spear is smart enough where he could have adjusted and had somewhat of a normal life in the village. You realize that that's not the point of it. But then, shit happens and, Primal does Primal. And you realize that, no, these two are... whether they're good for each other or not, and I'd like to think for the most part that there was like, no, these two are bound by fate, and you're not going to get off that easy. So I mean, it's just a masterclass in animation. It's a masterclass in visual storytelling in general. So very, very pleased with this episode.
Yeah. Vex, your thoughts?
I give this episode 10 doves out of 10. This was a very good episode. Actually, no, I'm gonna go 9.5. Sorry, 9.5. Love the artwork. I love that we see Spear and Fang kind of meet their own and how they both would approach and deal with that. I like that Fang in particular because we've seen Spear interact with humans many times already, but we haven't seen that in Fang, and I like where that relationship went. I very much do enjoy the depth of it. I guess my fraction that is taken off this is that it felt like there was a little bit too much comedy that contrasts with how poignant the last few minutes of it are. So I just would have appreciated maybe seeing a few more callbacks to what kind of first drove Spear and Fang to the situation they're in right now. I would have liked to see that kind of tie in. It would have cemented things a lot better. Like episode 8 did a great job of that with the little witch, right? It's like, yes, she was figuring out everything, but we always got the tiebacks in between everything that was happening, and that's what ultimately built up to such a conclusion. So that's really the only nitpick I have with it, but otherwise it's absolutely lovely episode, pairs perfectly with first episode.
You know what? I was listening to you, Vex, and very well done. But B-Man's like, ban Vex. Please subscribe to Vex. I love you, B-Man. Thank you, brother. This is making me laugh. You guys at chat are fucking awesome. I love you guys. Mr. Goodwin, sir, briefly give us your...
Yeah, I think I'm also on like a 9.5. I don't have a problem with the comedy. I think that that's necessary to set up kind of the shock towards the end.
I don't think it's unnecessary. I just would have liked it to be balanced a bit more. That's sorry.
Oh, I think it was, because you have a huge spike of tragedy in a short period of time, and that really resets the option that they had a different life. Now, I guess there's two things that stand out to me as small flaws, and again, because episode 8 is a 10, man, you have to climb the damn ladder to get up, to episode 8 levels. And the two small things that keep this back, one is Spear essentially acting like, either a cockblocker or jealous lover, but not actually. He should be overjoyed to see Fang, and instead it's, oh my God, what's this? Kill it. Even when she turns and like aggresses towards him, like, back off, I got this. And they've established a season's worth of trust where he listens to her when she really gets, stubborn about something. The other thing is everybody forgot the fuck about Mira.
Yeah, why didn't he saw the symbol on the guy's chest, but it's never touched him on, but I haven't watched it, so maybe they come back to that later. So.
Oh, see, I thought he was thinking about Mira when he was staring out at the moon. I mean, I know he was wondering where Fang was as well, but I thought that's kind of what he was thinking about.
I think he's thinking about a lot of things, but the thing is that Fang had already demonstrated that she was also interested in Mira, and he is hanging around here. Let me eat with the little girl and all that stuff or whatever. When he saw immediately Homeboy's chest thing, and he's like, he should be pursuing or trying to get the hell out, right? And instead he's having a lover's quarrel with Fang's new boyfriend.
Well, and you bring up a good point, Goodwin, because you know what, Fang and Spear had that same interaction about Mira, and it ended very differently.
Yep.
No, this show's kind of gay. It's no Dawson's Creek. And then he's saying freaks and geeks are greater than Primal.
I'm just disappointed that Nas hasn't brought up Gotham Knights, the pinnacle of.
Oh yes.
Nick, your thoughts on this episode, there, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with, really what Sammy, Vex, and Goodwin have said. I would agree more so with Goodwin about the comedy versus the seriousness of this episode. I love the poetry that's in this, especially at the end. To see the this survival versus empathy here, with Fang killing Red, like, despite like their budding friendship that they have. Like, I think it really underscores like this like brutal conflict between like a T-Rex's survival instincts and Spear's Neanderthals, survival instincts, and even the Celts as well. It's amazing how much can be going well in people's lives or creatures' lives, and then it can literally all go to shit. If you just watch some, Nat Geo, Mother Nature is brutal AF, and this is just a great way that Tartakovsky captures these moments and just shows like how fragile life is, even for a dinosaur. but it also just shows, like, again, there's more, societal world building within the Primal show itself. I mean, there's a lot of, new cultures that get introduced, and just the journey and the parallels between, Spear and Fang with Red in this episode is just like a nice addition, even though it is very short lived. I think it just adds a nice little element that we briefly saw with Mira, at the end of season 1, but I really do want to give this a 10. I don't want to be too nitpicky, even though I do understand where Vex and Goodwin are both coming from, but I think I can see past them and still give this a 10. Like I won't budge.
Yeah, I give it a 10. So I agree with you. But Zach, give us your thoughts, and I'll bring up your image as well.
To be honest, I haven't seen an animated cartoon show outside of Arcane season 1 in a long time, and two are done in very different styles. But Primal being its own thing with no connection to any video games or nothing like that. I love the creativity. I love the storytelling. Just imagine if it didn't work out, where there's no characters talking, and people didn't like it, and it came off the wrong way. If he didn't, his story, all these different elements relied heavily on his skill set, on where he's at in his career, and because he's so experienced in what he's doing, he's able to go ahead and convey it so perfectly that he can capture the hearts of everyone who watches the show for the first time. And it's hard for me to see these episodes and rate them just as usually, because I just see it as a whole now. So like every single episode just makes it one big pie that I love the whole pie and not want to break it up individually. So I give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, all right. Nicely put. And for everyone that's wondering what Zach drew tonight, this is what he did. And wow, is this amazing.
Stunning.
That is
Absolutely
awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah. I can.
Wow, man.
His
Yeah.
face. He's getting
Fang.
With Fang on the left.
You captured your Spear perfect. Like,
Yes.
dude, like
Yeah.
even the
Yeah.
fingers popping out of the water here. Like,
That 1-for-1 looks like a frame that we saw in
yeah.
his
Mhm.
face. Yeah.
Like, damn, dude. And then the wave and everything on top of that. Like,
Mhm.
damn, bro.
Thank you, man. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, beautiful work.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
people
guys. Even in the people in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, speaking on that, we are going to. Yeah, it is incredible. He's unbelievable. Zach is probably the most underrated artist out there right now. So, if you like his artwork and you like our shows, he does a ton of these images or these pics live during these streams, and he'll be doing it. We'll be doing another auction. We don't have a date yet, but it's going to be very soon. I'll let everyone know. Just got to confirm a couple things, but we're going to raise some money for this guy. He deserves it. He needs the cash. If you guys could be so kind to join us when we do have this auction and buy a piece from him, that would be awesome.
And you can buy, from, he puts stuff up on Twitter all the time. If you want to, skip the risk and just go in and say, hey man, I'm gonna make an offer.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Contact him on Twitter. It's at Zachary's Art. It's also, the link is in the description below. That'd be greatly appreciated. On that note, everybody, let's close this out. Zach, what do you got going on this week, brother?
Oh man, working every day. I'm going to be popping in for the Arcane season 2 episode review. Definitely excited about that. I'll even have the couple drawings that I because I couldn't pop on last week, so I'll have that drawing for that, and the drawing that I haven't yet shown for the first episode. So that's like 3 drawings in the same night for this episode coming up. It's such a shame that show just it didn't do good.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Angelo. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Nick, what do you got going on this week?
Yeah, just making some videos, trying to get better at the quality content that I am trying to put out. Currently covering the ending season here of Yellowstone. Also doing Dune Prophecy as well. I'm a little behind on my style of videos. There's just too much going on in my life right now. But so you can follow me on YouTube. I know the mods have been doing a tremendous job plugging me. So thank you, mods, so much for that. On X as well. And as far as streams go, I'll be here with the Gooch Thursday talking about the tremendously terrible show called Arcane Season 2. And then I believe I will be on Niat's stream to cover the Predators, plural, on Saturday. So,
Goodwin, sir?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be on ZACK's channel. I'm not sure if we're finishing up the night stuff or if we're going to talk about the greatest epics or who the hell knows. All I know is ZACK's will come up with something interesting for me. Thursday I will be sharing the pain with Nick and everybody when we cover Arcane Season 2, which is most assuredly not Primal. Saturday, Predators, the last of the tolerable movies that we will be seeing on Nihat's as he continues for the next month plus, covering the Alien and Predator franchise as it descends all the way down the toilet bowl and into the sewers. And then otherwise, who knows? I might be here, be there. Friday, obviously, on B-roll stage with B-sides.
Yeah, that's way down the road. VEX Electronica, what do you got going on?
Only one more stream this week. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, same time as Predators, sadly. Nadia is doing a holiday horror tier, movie tier ranking. So a bunch of us will be there. That's going to be a lot of fun. But other than that, every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern, I am live on my channel for early morning Vexhibitionism. This week, we'll be doing an actual new release because I'm going to go see Craven on Friday. Ooh. So that's what I'll be discussing this Sunday.
Nice.
And then Sammy, sir, what you got going on this week?
I will be on Roman's channel on Thursday. I think we're doing a live reading of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
All right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
About the songs?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make Niat's show on Saturday. I am in a band. We're playing in Lansing. So I booked a hotel room for that, and we'll be partying out there all night. And then Sunday, if you would like to join me at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing In Other News with Sammy Threepeat. We got a great panel lined up. I know Moxie's going to be on. Blair DeBlair is going to be on. And my buddy Malty is going to be on. And just stupid things throughout the week. I have other projects in the work. I've been doing a lot of homework for this project I got coming up. So I just bought the Golden Age Nimbus. Beautiful art. I mean, the color they really went for it. It was worth every penny. But I'm just reading through that. I got Absolute Multiversity, which is it's going to be going through a lot of different Earth variations, and then I bought the biggest damn omnibus I've ever seen, but that's Venom. That has nothing to do. I just want to.
Okay.
But I'm really putting in the homework in for Cave Casts. And I'm hoping that I could get it up and running by the end of this year, if not very early in the beginning of next. So we're getting close. I'm getting ready to start stacking panels. I have the first about 8 episodes mapped out on what I want to talk about and pulling pictures, different things I want to use, different iterations of the characters. But if you're gonna do a 2-hour session talking about the Batcave, you have to pull a lot of stuff because it was like you could be real quick about it, and it's like, yeah, it's a place where Batman parks his car, but I need to go in a little bit more depth. So but otherwise, that's where you can find me, and as always, you can find me back here on Tuesdays with the Goochinator. So
yes, and Wednesdays we'll get back to animation on Wednesdays soon. We're just gonna
amazing!
finish because people are asking for us to do anime stuff, so we'll get back to it. B-Man says what Sammy wins today. That is in reference to Show and Tell on Irwin's channel. So yeah,
I'm just impressed that Sammy's starting to adopt Guchanese as his native language, where we have omnibus, which I'm not sure what is, but
damn it, I did say it. That's worse.
Well, the first time you said omnibus, and I was like, "Oh, clouds? What?" Oh, and then it was omnibus next time. You're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That's not as bad as when I said manga in front of Hypnotic. That
Thank you, Dracos. Gucci Nation. Yeah, I will be reviewing this eventually down the line. Yeah.
Shit. Bye.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do it this weekend too.
Yeah.
I might tear it apart though. I have both to pump out with that, and it might take me a week to make that video, but damn, I'm gonna rip that thing apart.
Yeah.
May God have mercy on your soul, Nick.
Yeah, perhaps you'd like to cover AVP Requiem and Covenant while you're at it. Just go for the all shit.
The trifecta.
I'm gonna see Craven too, so there's that.
Well, for me, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone on Sunday. We had a blast on Sunday. We celebrated Vex's birthday. We had a lot of fun. You guys are sick individuals, making me watch a musical
3
live
musicals,
on stream.
Yep.
2 musicals.
3 musicals.
I'm watching.
I heard 3. Yeah,
I'm watching
and the third
Pitch Perfect, and then I'm going to be watching that live with Moxie, and then going to see Wicked. Yeah.
And then watch
and Hairspray.
No, Vex.
You overshot your goal. You owe it to your audience. That's all.
This Sunday is going to be my 1-year anniversary, and I have the 20K celebration also for this Sunday. I will be raffling off T-shirts for that one, so please join us for that. You can win a T-shirt. Stay Gucci or Diabolical Souls one. You guys decide if you're a winner. We have quite the panel for that. We're going to have people coming in and out. I know Platoon's going to be on. I have like all the crew from the Badgers stream coming on. I have everybody that I have on here. I'm going to probably have them come in and out. Phrasing. But yes, I caught myself. But tomorrow night we're going to be doing the 3rd episode of Skeleton Crew. So come join us for that. We're going to finish or continue with the Star Wars theme on Wednesdays. And then Thursday we do Arcane Season 2 episodes 5 and 6, where we got quite the panel, as you know there. Platoon, Nick, Goodwin, Nadia, ZACK, Niet, and I'm missing someone there. Someone else. But we got quite the panel there.
Shit.
Thank you, Jen. I'll never stop asking. What's up, Valiant? Cool. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Chat, you guys are flipping amazing. You guys are hilarious. I appreciate you a ton. We'll continue doing these things for you and have fun with it. And the panel, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys too. And please go subscribe and follow these guys. They put out some great content. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.
Stay Gucci.
Stay Gucci.
Bye,
Stay
friends.
Gucci. Yes.
with the devil and